Hi, my name's Spencer Denyer. I'm the Editor-in-Chief of Asia Pacific Print Media, and our flagship magazine is Strategic Facilities. And we're here today at the Data Centre Green Tech Conference in Singapore, and with me is Mr. Norbert Kutter, who's the Director of Global Accounts at Server Technologies Incorporated. Firstly, I'd like to thank you for coming aboard as a sponsor and as a speaker to this event in Singapore. Very much appreciated.
Our pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Now, I understand by your topic that you presented on, which was power monitoring increases data centre efficiency. Now, okay, let's talk about that a little bit, and what your presentation had to offer people out there, and what some of maybe the key messages that were coming out from that presentation.
Sure.
To great efficiency of power.
Sure. There are a number of drivers affecting data centers in today's economy. Obviously, one of them is the rising cost of power, the move to higher density installations and deployments, and above that are just the budgets that everybody uses in terms of managing and metering their power consumption. A lot of data centers aren't really aware of what they're using within their own facilities. So one of the things that we provide is instrumentation at the outlet levels, device level monitoring to allow the data center to manage and monitor more efficiently their power use. The drivers that are affecting them can be external as well. Governments are starting to get involved in taxing carbon emissions, power usage. Those things are coming down the road. And so operators are becoming more proactive, either themselves or through affiliations with industry consortiums like the Green Grid in the United States, to start monitoring and measuring what their power usage is, what their efficiencies are. And before they spend CapEx on building a new data center, can they consolidate or virtualize the environment that they currently have and make better use of the real estate that they currently occupy? By some reports, as much as 30% of servers in existing data centers are underutilized. 30% of a 100,000 square foot data center. It's a lot of real estate. It's a lot of cooling power.
There's a lot of cost involved there.
A lot of cost. It's not just the direct power that's involved. It's real estate as well that can be repurposed before having to consider deploying or breaking ground on a new data center.
Now, look, you just mentioned about being able to monitor down to the device level, and this is one of the important things. We hear all over the place about PUE, DCIE, CUPS measurements, and what Green Grid are doing to try to get those measurements a little bit more granular. Again, you were mentioning about down to the device level, so how do we get down to that device, or what type of monitoring are you doing at that particular level? Are you then CPU type usage or transactional usage?
It's the actual amperage or watts that's being drawn through the outlet by that device, and we can aggregate it either by the device, across devices. So if you're trying to go back with, let's say, an accounting department that has 20 or 25 servers sitting in the data center and they're not all contiguous, they may be spread around the world, we can group those devices around the globe, create one report, and bill that power usage back to the department. So it's also interesting for co-location providers that are looking to provide real-time metering to their customers, providing them real data usage feedback and bill them for what they're actually using.
Where would you see that type of monitoring that you're doing sitting within? Let's get a bit of a benchmark here, because we know what PUE and DCIE, measuring the power of the actual facility that you serve and providing that
Right.
rate model. How does your monitoring the energy sit within those?
Well, again, we're measuring at the IT device.
Yeah.
It's what the IT device is plugged into. So at that point in time, that's what the IT device is actually utilizing.
Yeah.
Any measurement further upstream, be it at the PDU or even at the UPS, there are some losses along the way.
Yeah.
Even getting to the server sitting in the rack. So by measuring at the rack where the server is directly plugged into versus what's being brought into the facility is a much more accurate picture of what my PUE is.
Okay, and how much of a benefit would that be over a PUE or a DCIE when they're measuring the actual efficiency of their data center when it gets down to in terms of OPEX and business efficiency, in terms of being able to make that business just a little bit more business needs to make profits. So
Sure.
How do we integrate that in a business sense?
Again, it allows the operator to measure those devices that are not being utilized 100%. Allows consolidation, allows for virtualization, and to recoup some of the real estate and some of the power usage that is not being reported directly to the IT department quicker, more efficiently, and may prolong or in fact hold off the decision to spend CapEx on building a new data center.
Well, that's a key there too. That's a huge, or can be a huge initial outlay.
Correct.
Medium-sized organisation, maybe you want to have 500 square metres of data centre space at a tier 3 level, for example. It costs you anywhere, ranging from $14 to $20 million.
Right.
Well, I'm talking Australian dollar terms. Maybe a little bit less in the US dollar term. So with your monitoring tool there, what are the next steps that you'll be taking to improve that sort of monitoring? Are you going down to the transactional type level?
Again, for us, we don't make the decisions for the operators, but we provide them the information that they require to make those intelligent decisions. So if they now want to match it up with CPU cycles versus the power that they're drawing, how efficient is the server, they could actually do measurements of servers against each other to determine which servers are the most efficient. Again, it's information that we provide to the operators to make those intelligent decisions.